5 rounds of racing in the books for the 2023 Grand National Cross Country Racing Series. I gotta be honest, a historical season? Maybe. 5 rounds of racing, 5 different winners. Well, we see winner number 6 here today. The latest winner, Grant Baylor, the 314 Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki. Will he be our first repeat winner of the season? All that and more starts now.
Are you ready to go? GNCC Racing!
And welcome to round number 6 of the 2023 Grand National Cross Country Racing Series, presented by Specialized, an AMA National Championship. We are here in Crawfordsville, Indiana for the AMSOIL Hoosier GNCC. Mikey Wayne's here. I'll be taking you through today's racing action. And location, Ironman Raceway. If you are wondering, same property, a little bit of a different racetrack this weekend. But first, I want to dive into the Specialized race recap. Craig DeLong going up and grabbing himself a Hole Shot Award, courtesy of All Balls Racing. And the big story this season, if you're just tuning in, if you've not been with us through the first 5 rounds of racing, is this. We have 5 rounds in the books. We've seen 5 different winners: Stu Baylor, Ben Kelly, Craig DeLong, Ricky Russell, and Grant Baylor in that order. Grant, a fantastic ride in round 5. Some trouble for Ben Kelly. Ben Kelly would be able to put things back together fairly quickly. Don't let that pit stop deceive you. Ended up 3rd on the day. Pretty solid day for him. Love to see Bubs Tasha out there cheering the boys on. Craig DeLong, again, solid ride. Craig really turning things on here this season. And just, I think keep your eyes on Craig. That's what I'm getting at. We'll talk more about it as the show goes on. But the man to beat in round number 5 at the Camp Coker Bullet was none other than Grant Baylor on that Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki. Putting in the work. You see the good lead right there. Good gap between him and Craig DeLong. And as the checkered flag flew for the 5th time, we had ourselves a different winner. And the Grizzly Grant Baylor pumped up about it, and rightfully so. Little loop out in the end. We love it. We're here for it. There's your top 3. And take a look at the top 3. Baylor, DeLong, Kelly. How about it for Rui Barbosa? Top 4 finish from the XC2. And Jordan Ashburn rounding out your top 5.
Oh, man, I'm pretty speechless, honestly. I felt like crap this week heading in. I had a sickness, cold in my chest, and struggling to breathe all week, and struggling with a hand injury from the last round. But yeah, we came out here and got it done. Got an okay start, not the best. I was kind of towards the back of the pack as usual, but yeah, I made my way through the pack, and then about mid-race, I found myself up there behind Craig, and he made a little mistake, went off the track, and made the pass for the lead there, and yeah, after that, I kind of just tried to manage that lead. I could see Craig about 5 to 10 seconds behind me there until about the last lap, and then the last lap, I just put the hammer down and gave it everything I had out there for that final lap.
Well, as we take a look at the point standings, Ben Kelly, your leader, by 3. Over who? Craig DeLong. Stu Baylor in the 3 spot. Grant Baylor in the mix now. And Jordan Ashburn rounding out that top 5. So, you know, we got to continue to talk about this. It's a huge story. The 5 different winners, 5 different rounds of racing. You know, it's been the topic of conversation on race day, but, boy, nonetheless, if this continues, I don't really know how it can. I mean, I think today's got to be the day we see our first repeat winner. Jordan Ashburn going up and getting the All Balls Racing Hole Shot Award on that Magna 1 Racing Husqvarna. And got the early lead in that XC1 class. Of course, Jordan Ashburn, a rider, our defending champion, a guy who I think everybody's, got their circle around his name, or they should. He's one of those guys that does not have a win yet this season. It's been a season of some ups and downs. I think if you were to even ask Jordan himself, he's had some frustrating situations this year. He's got the number 1 plate, and he's got it for a reason. And a tough start there for our most recent winner, Grant Baylor, now at the back of the pack. And while it's not raining, it's not pouring today, still a fairly muddy conditions for race day here this afternoon. Steel City Men's Clinic Award, Whole Shot Award up for grabs in the XC2. And boy, Liam Draper was in the fight right there, but I think he falls just short. And the XC2 class, Ryder Lafferty, obviously, with the hot start this season, 2 wins in a row. Angus Riordan, had a win in round 3. Rui Barbosa, though, has been the man, coming off 2 wins in a row. Mike Wachowski right there in the fight, the 282. Those Phoenix Racing Honda boys, they have been stellar this year. But Rui Barbosa, again, coming off 2 wins in a row, and you got to hand it to him. Rui Barbosa actually had a top 5 finish in the OA at the Camp Coker Bullet. So some tough luck right there for Zach Osborne. Good to see Zach O out here racing with us finally this season. He has had some nagging injuries, but able to get back here with us and compete. And, of course, you saw the number 14 right there. With some struggles, FMF XC3 Low Jack Cycle Sales Whole Shot Award up for grabs, and it's the Toby Cleveland 213 Husqvarna grabbing it. Of course, Toby Cleveland, the hot start to the season. He took a win in round 1, a win in round 2, little mulligan there in round 3, a 7th place finish in the class, but back to his winning ways these last 2 rounds, coming off a win in round 4, a win in round 5. And here we are in round 3. He's a points leader. He's got a healthy lead. And here we go. XC1 Pro Class. We're back out front with the Magna One Motorsports Husqvarna of Jordan Ashburn. Got that number 1 plate. Your 2022 champion. And things continuing to develop here in the XC1 class. And again, that big story. It has been 5 winners, 5 rounds of racing. It's round number 6 now. Will we see a different winner here today? Well, possibly. Jordan Ashburn is your leader right now. Boy, we've got 3 hours of racing. It's the recap episode here at the Hoosier GNCC, and the defending champ is out front. We'll be right back. Broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. And welcome back to GNCC here on MAV TV. Well, GNCC, as we have mentioned before, if you've watched before, you know it is more than just ATV racing. It is more than just 2-wheel dirt bike racing, motorcycle racing. We've got EMTB racing. Happens on Saturday nights at the GNCCs, and it is unique. It is unlike anything else. The class is featuring a pro class, a pro-am class. You've got amateur classes. There is a women's pro class, youth class. The bottom line is, the reason I'm saying this is if you have ever thought to yourself, man, I want to race my e-mountain bike, this is your opportunity, and it is in true GNCC style. Cypress Gorey, one of the heavy hitters this season. I think, honestly, a championship favorite, as Charlie Mullins has technically retired. He's not running a full season. However, we did have the privilege of watching Charlie Mullins out there on the racetrack at the Hoosier GNCC. But that man right there, Cypress Gorey, he has been stellar this season and cannot say enough good things about him. And there's a good shot of Charlie right there. Certainly, again, like I said, there's a class for everybody. Even have a big bore class. That's right. They have a big bore class, 200 pounds plus. That's the one for me. That's why I'm bringing that up. I got a shot, and I could at least get a top 10. Maybe. Maybe on a good day. But fun had by all around, some great competition as well, and a new leader, Stu Baylor. A fist in the air. He says, hello, guys. How you doing? Ricky Russell up there into that number 3 spot. And there is Craig DeLong working on trying to catch up with these guys. little bit of a gap back to the rest of the pack, but again, a new leader. Now, Stu Baylor, our scenario changes a bit, right? What are the odds of that? That was Josh Strang. I was going to say Grant Baylor throwing his fist up just like his brother, but that was actually Strang right there doing his best Stu Baylor impression. Got stretched out a little bit. So Jordan Ashburn right there in the fight. Oh, what a pass right there. My goodness. Nobody does it quite like the XC1 out of GNCC. Johnny Gerard, the 969. Factory Red Bull KTM back there trying to keep pace with the boys out front. And it is the big Stu Baylor leading the way in this one in what was a small stream crossing. Now a little creek crossing. And I hate to even bring this up, but I tell you what, it's my job to stir the pot, so we're going to. 2022 Ironman. and everybody who raced it or was there is cringing right now. But it wasn't a creek crossing then. You know, it's supposed to be a little stream crossing. We had some rain, so this is a creek crossing. We're going to call it like we see it. And then you got last year at the Ironman, this was a river crossing. Okay, I mean, this was a gorge. You needed one of the, man, why can't I think of the word? Basically, you needed a riverboat to cross the thing. It was nuts. Stu Baylor still out in front in this one, trying to put a little gap between him and the rest of the pack. Can he make it happen? Getting into some lap traffic now. That's something we should talk about. You know, if you're tuning in, if you've never been to a GNCC, you're not familiar with it, you're saying, okay, we're racing motorcycles here. This has got to be like motocross, right? Well, no, not really. Apples and oranges. Ricky Russell going by right there in the thick of this lap traffic. This is an added element. This is what I'm getting at. There goes Craig DeLong. Added element. So these guys are out there for 3 full hours. And one, they're racing against each other. You're racing against everybody on the track, right? You've got all of the amateur classes behind you, and this is a great example of it. Baylor making the grown man move to push himself through. Hey, it pays to have a little extra weight in that mud. We'll talk more about the scenarios here. Stu Baylor, your leader, the 514 Thile Energy, Rocky Mountain ATV MC ride out in front. GNCC, more than just ATV, dirt bike racing. Well, it's more than just the pros as well. The future of GNCC took to the race course at the Hoosier GNCC for the Stasic race. It is a fun race. It's not a points race, but I got to be real with you. Don't tell these kids that, because they go all out. I am talking banging elbows, banging bars, trading plastics, rubbin's racing, and these kids know that. I mean, to them, they're in the last round of the season, a championship on the line. Bottom line is this: they're having the time of their life, and this right here. See the carnage? I told you, I wasn't lying. Look at the carnage right there. Just banging bars. You gotta love it. If you don't like it, you just don't like racing. Shout out to the staff as well: Griff Cotter, Ricky Towery, DJ Judd. All those guys putting in a long day's work, and they come out here and they do this for the kids. And like I said, this right here, this is what GNCC racing is all about. Stasics have taken our sport to the next level. There is your leader, Stu Baylor, 514 Thile Energy, Rocky Mountain ATV, MC.com, Thile Energy, KTM. No place like home, says Stu Baylor's wife, Jade, there helping with the pit crew. Got him a pair of freshies. Talk about these pit stops for a second. Now, a typical GNCC pit stop, you're going to get refueled. You're going to get some rehydration, whether it's a little packet of something, a bottle of water with some electrolytes, and you're going to get most likely a fresh pair of goggles. Now, this weekend at the Hoosier, muddy conditions. You don't want that mud packing up on the machine, so it's very common to see the pit crews come in with a pressure washer and just clean that machine off. We don't need it overheating. We want you to be able to go out there and perform. And what better way than to stay out front like your Stu Baylor? A little trouble right here. This speaks. I'm telling you right now, it looks tough while you're watching it here on MAV TV, but does not quite do it justice to the reality of these situations. So, is what it is, right? Is what it is. As we continue to watch our XC1 Pro class, more of our XC1 riders rolling through now. Again, round number 6 of the 2023 season, and Stu Baylor, the jersey's ripped. He's lost some time, but hey, Stu Baylor still out in front. Jordan Ashburn, though, closing in, and here comes Johnny Gerard, the 969 Factory Red Bull KTM, chomping at the bit. And oh no! Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. So this is Jordan Ashburn. He is pushing that machine. Now, if you saw our Griff Cotter helping him push that machine, has to be pushed across the line, or has to go across the line under the rider's own power. They cannot get assistance in that situation. So that's why Griff Cotter there was helping him. He checked up, let Jordan Ashburn push that machine across the finish line. And this is the day for Jordan, and I gotta say, Stu Baylor still out in front. Gerard now up into the number 2 spot. Jordan Ashburn was having a great ride. These are his conditions. Jordan Ashburn loves the mud. He's good in the mud. This is his bread and butter, and I gotta say, very uncharacteristic to see the frustration. Ben Kelly right there, by the way, to see the frustration in Jordan Ashburn. He is a man, we call him, hey, cool, calm, collected. Not the case right here. He's upset. I think that's danger moving forward. But right now, it's Stu. This broadcast of GNCC Racing on MAV TV is brought to you by Specialized. It's you, only faster. And RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. And welcome back, GNCC here on MAV TV. And we have a new leader. It is Johnny Gerard out in front. He has gotten around the 514 of Stu Baylor. And here comes Stu in that number 2 spot. Again, if you're just tuning in, the jersey, he ripped it earlier. Looks like he's ripped it a little more. Tell me that man's not getting close to the trees. My goodness. Mercy sakes alive. And there we go, Johnny Gerard. So your new leader. So let's go back to that scenario we were talking. I mean, I was almost convinced. Obviously a mistake, something by Stu. Or, hey, Johnny Gerard's just charging. The man, I can guarantee you this. If you can say nothing else about Johnny Gerard, you can say this. That man will give you 120% every single race. I'm not taking anything away from anybody else, but just, Johnny Gerard, he's got that it factor. And there he is, 6 different winners, 6 rounds of racing. This is a historical season in GNCC. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was a gnarly race. I fell back a little bit the first lap, and I don't know, maybe got discouraged a little bit, and just kept plugging away and found myself passing guys and changed my goggles, got clear vision, and found myself near the front. I could see the leaders, and third to last lap, I got stuck twice. Was wrenching my bike out of the mud. I thought my heart was gonna blow up. I thought it was over there. Ben caught me, passed me. I latched onto him and rode smooth. He ended up tipping over, past him. I was getting pit boards, catching Stu. I just put my head down, kept charging, seen Stu. We kind of came together a little bit, kind of got the better half of it and got in the lead and just dropped the hammer. I knew it was now or never, and it was a hell of a race.
Well, again, congratulations to Johnny, and hey, you know what? Still a solid day for the 514 of Stu Baylor. You wanted that win, but hey, if your bad day's a podium, still a good day.
Man, Johnny tracked me down. There must have been a beacon on my back tire because he tracked me down quick. He ran me down. I had a couple mistakes there with 2 laps to go, and just got stuck with my foot under my tire. I was trying to do feet on the pegs, and somehow my feet were stuck in the rut with my bike. Couldn't get out, and lost a good bit of time, and felt those guys coming. And man, when you get to pushing your bike like that, it just smokes you. And then they're going on the last lap. BK and I came together all with some lappers in this rut and lost about 40 seconds. Put my head down, did everything we could, but 15 seconds shy. I felt like it was my race, but man, I'm pumped to see Johnny G get one. He needs it. Whole family needs it. Super good dude. It's good to see another new winner. So 6 rounds, 6 winners. That's badass. Be pretty cool if we could see the rest of XC1 maybe click off a win. But no, hats off to Johnny. Rode a hell of a race, and it was a good day in points for me and the team after a DNF last race. So.
Well, congratulations to Stu and coming in, bringing it home for a 3rd place finish here today in round number 6. How about it? You got to be stoked for the man. Mike Wachowski, the 282. This was a stellar ride, a heartbreaker for Liam Draper, for sure.
Man, I just got out to a really good start. Phoenix Honda really got me out there and just kind of just rode smart from there, picked good lines. Me and Liam just connected and caught some XC1 guys and just latched on and just had a really smooth day. It felt almost effortless, but honestly, it's so nice to be up here. I have no words, and I'm just so stoked.
Well, again, 6 rounds of racing, 6 different winners. Baylor, Kelly, DeLong, Russell, Baylor, the other Baylor, by the way. And then now we look at the point standings. Ben Kelly, your points leader on the season. Craig DeLong in 2 spots, Stu Baylor in 3rd. We're looking at the race recap. I apologize for the confusion. I expected to see Liam Draper come through in 3rd. There was a last-second pass. He got hung up by some lap traffic. Mike Wachowski capitalizes. He takes the win in the XC2. He takes the 3rd OA. I thought for sure it was going to be the 198. Gutted for Liam. Stoked for Mike Wachowski. As we watch this race recap here, it was a mutter. The rain had fallen. There was no more rain falling, but the damage was done. A heartbreak day for Jordan Ashburn. I'm saying it right now. Jordan Ashburn in the next round or 2 gets a win. I have no doubt in my mind at this point, because that is a man that we do not see get visibly frustrated. And that's what we saw out of Ashburn, and that is a scary thing. Stu Baylor had a great ride going, but the hat is off to Johnny Gerard, making it happen in the mud. Johnny, always good in Indiana. He visited his buddy Lucas Grounds on Friday night for his high school graduation. Love to see that. And he comes out here in Indiana and he puts on an absolute show, grabbing the win here at the Hoosier GNCC. That's going to wrap things up for us. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.